Thanks for joining me today as we take a look at a New York state of wine. My name is Sarah D'Amato, and I'll be your guide today as we delve into the history, geography, but most importantly, the wines of the only U.S. state to border both the Atlantic and the Great Lakes. Early wine growing dates back as far as the 17th century with both Dutch and Huguenot plantings in the Hudson River Valley, located just north of New York City. But commercial endeavors didn't begin until the 19th century. New York is also home to the first bonded winery and the oldest continuously operating winery in the country, that of Brotherhood Winery in the Hudson River Valley. Let's take a closer look at New York's wine regions. There are 11 AVAs, which stand for American Viticultural Areas in New York State, within 7 regions that include, from east to west, Long Island, the Hudson River Valley, which includes the Hudson River region and the Upper Hudson, Champlain Valley, Finger Lakes, Niagara Escarpment, and Lake Erie. In this series, we'll be focusing on the regions of Finger Lakes and Long Island. Neighbors to us here in Ontario, the Finger Lakes is only an hour-and-a-half drive from Niagara and has a few similar features to our Niagara wine region, including a moderating lake effect and long sunshine hours during the growing season. Now, Long Island may be significantly further, but only a stone's throw from New York City, an extension of the peninsula, which includes Queens, New York. Soil and climate play important distinguishing features in the various wine regions of New York. So let's look at 2 climate and soil types of importance, that of maritime and continental climates. So maritime regions, such as Long Island, are directly influenced by the sea, which moderates their overall temperature, and they have characteristically long growing seasons. Challenges to a region like Long Island include humidity and lots of it, and its position in the hurricane path. Another notable wine region that is similar is Bordeaux, which shares a lot of the same characteristics with Long Island, and one of the reasons that Long Island does so well with Bordeaux varieties like Cabernets and Merlot. Continental climates are landlocked, like that of the Finger Lakes, and have very marked seasonal differences. Large diurnal differences are common here, which means hot days and cool nights. And often there is a significant vintage variation. Now, this type of climate is responsible for making some of the world's finest wines, such as those of Burgundy and our own Niagara Peninsula. Challenges in this region include spring frosts and hail, but the wines tend to be refreshing and vibrant. As important as the climate category may be, soils make a big impact on which grapes are best suited to the region. We'll be speaking about 2 broad categories of soils in these videos: those that are sandy and those that have heavier clay content. Sandy soils are generally warmer and have better ability to drain, making them more suitable to later ripening varieties such as Cabernet. Now, these soils can be found throughout Long Island. On the North Fork, sandier soils with slightly higher clay content in the Hamptons and in the South. The soils of the Finger Lakes, on the other hand, are quite complex and are a product of the glacial retreat, leaving a mix of soils in their wake. Limestone, shale, gravel, and silt, often with a significant clay content. Now, these soil types are perfect for complex Riesling and Burgundian varieties, such as Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. Let's turn our focus now to wine trends in New York. It's about time to try Cabernet Franc from New York State, an up-and-coming variety in the Finger Lakes and well-established in Long Island. This variety is fresher and on the aromatic end of the spectrum when it's grown in the Finger Lakes. So try it with duck confit with braised lentils from the Food and Drink Archives. Riesling is a classic in the Finger Lakes with a range of styles to enjoy, from sweet to dry, such as the sweeter style from Wagner Vineyards Riesling Select, made from their oldest Riesling vines planted in 1977. Or on the drier side, single wheel Finger Lakes Riesling grown perched atop a cliff facing Cayuga Lake. This dry style with a crispy halibut with zucchini sauté and fried capers from the Food and Drink Recipe Archives is a great match. Now, if you're going to take away anything from this session, remember that New York is an exciting wine region on the move, with an impressive range of climates, diverse wine styles, and a wealth of emerging trends. Quick to modernize and adapt to climate change with sustainable methods of production and wine styles to suit everyone's palate, New York wines are versatile, producing wines for every occasion, priced in the moderate to premium categories, and with styles to please both the novice and the most discerning of customers.